Hi Aquarius, welcome to the space. If you are new or returning, pleasure to have you. Okay, Aquarius. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. The bottom of the deck is the Nine of Cups with the Strength card and the Hermit. Perfect. So having courage not only mentally, but also having that in your heart, right? Excuse me, it's very hot. The AC is too loud to turn on. It's hard to focus with all that noise, you know. What did I want to share before we begin? Well, I hope you're doing good. I heard someone tell another person, I miss you. So maybe this is keeping up with people or just letting them know where you're at, but also how you feel. I heard maybe keeping it short, but extend that. Oh, also when I was praying for you, something came about. It was sort of funny. It was actually someone saying like, thank you for, it was like, thank you for showing me what I know. And then the person had a realization and it was, thank you for what you have taught me. Okay. I want to see what you're thinking and feeling about. Okay. Just a second. Okay, so work is a focus right now, right? But there's a bit of uncertainty there. But I need you to know that you will prosper. And Capricorn's reading will also be, you and Capricorn are recorded on the same day. Although initially you were recorded with Leo. But we needed to have a do-over. So there was kind of like a trial run, and now we're doing the real jammy, right? Just a second. Do you like the number 7? I heard, do you like other people? What other people do you like? And then I heard what other people are like you. And do you like other people that are different than you? Well, I heard, do you realize that they're struggling too? I heard just like you. And so when this uncertainty comes, remember that you're not alone. Okay? You're not alone. It's mostly in your head because there's an instability card in this deck, but it ended up in the reverse. And this is in Gemini. So to me, coupled with this is rooted down by is basically expressing that, again, it's kind of all in your head. Like, I see family is good, work is awesome. There's something about trees, like fruit on the trees. You know what I mean? It's like it glows in the dark, you know? Something like this. Well, I guess the point is, a question here as well is, what are you working for? And I heard, who do you work for? But also, what are you working towards? And I do see that it is a great time to be prudent with your money, because there could be some delays, not necessarily now. I don't see that. But this is sort of like preparing. There's a preparation. And actually Capricorn said this word a lot in their reading in addition. But again, I heard preparing for what could be, with your eyes on the prize, and I see you'll find that center. You won't find that center in your head. So I heard know what you're working with, and what you're working towards, right? What is the goal? What are the goals right now? What are the layers of that? You know what I mean? Oh, maybe fun is reeled back a little bit too. In this time frame specifically, like say the next month or so, until we get a little bit more into October, it's like, okay, one step at a time, but it's not exactly a straight path. It's sort of like, it's a little bit like a crab. It's like, okay, a little bit to the left, all right, back in the center, a little bit to the right. Oh, let me go to the left. You're trying to find. Well, I see, be okay with the in-betweens, I guess. And then I actually saw someone staggering drunk. So I guess watch your habits too, because maybe it's almost like you could be doing something that you're used to doing, and you think you have a certain tolerance, but you're tolerant, like, you'll be more sensitive to something, like affected by it more so, even in smaller amounts. So I see again, like, use prudence in your choices. Okay. Just a second. Yes. You're so clear right now. This is the thing, is the part that feels uncertain has something to do with Taurus. So maybe you have stars there. I don't know. This could be about what you have. For some of you, this could have to do with what you have with other people, or what you think you could have, or there's a lot of like maybe interpersonal wrapped up. But I really feel like when it comes to work, when it comes to money, when it comes to you having many options and understanding that, like, there's a lot of opportunity here. So what did we just say there? There was like one little negative thing, right? Like one question of, I don't know, or maybe a couple few, but there were so many, there was multiple of the positives. So something, remember, maybe you want to weigh your pros and cons with something too, but I feel like there's always more positives than there are negatives. But it does depend on how you're thinking about it. So just be aware of that, because your mind is very strong. And you're ruled by, well, Saturn, which will be going direct when I'm recording this soon. But Uranus is going in retrograde, so they say. So basically, you could kind of go over wherever Uranus is, like kind of be tested in what you know about things, or like what you know, like, is the answer still the same, I guess is the point. Is maybe you come to some new realization, you know, and I do sense that you end up finding great clarity, but if you catch this early, and whenever you watch this, it's like, it'll take about the first week from when you watch this could have a little bit of like, but then it really smooths itself out. I mean, you go in order 7, 8, 9, 10, and then you have the Ace of Swords, you know, solid. And this is Virgo energy too, which is awesome. Mercury's exalted in Virgo, so this is very clear, right? Very clear. Lots of awesome mental energy. I guess you could have some really awesome ideas too, about what you could do with work, or what you could do with your money, or what you could do with your job. And I guess take note also. I feel like it would be helpful for you to carry around a notebook and just kind of jot things down as you go, like questions you have or things you have to order, or have that space. If you don't carry it around, like keep it at your desk, you know what I mean? So it's like always there, so you in a certain place, so that you can tap into that and have it be regular, because this will also keep you more certain, right? Certo. All right, what's up with this? Oh, I heard love hurts. And then it skipped ahead on the song and said, but even though, like, love hurts, but so it's almost like sentence and then a pause, an expression, a pause, and then I heard applause, and then it changed, instead of like, oh, love hurts, but, or like blah blah, but then someone's like, no, even though it's this. I hope this makes sense. There's like a different, this is a conversation that also can be had, but you got a lot going on here. So I see, maybe you want to schedule a little time. I heard a little cry time, or like a little sitting quietly. I know you don't cry much. It's almost like they turn into stones, right? Your tears. It's like hard to get out. I understand. But it helps you see better, you know, when you have tears, and, you know, it cleans that organ, tears. The uncertainty you feel, I need you to know that this is not about work. Okay, this is not about your money. This is not about, it's about other people. And I guess having to do with something that you've been trying to make peace with for a while, but I heard you keep looping back into it. I guess because you haven't quite learned the lesson. So I heard, please don't pretend that you're all done, because, oh, I forgot. Because lessons come in waves, I heard, for you. Kind of like emotions. Oh, perfect. You just ended up with the King of Swords, which is entitled Intuition in this deck. I don't know if you can see that. Awesome. So I also feel like spiritually, it's also very clear to you, right? We have the Ace of Swords and the King of Swords. So very clear. But then you also have the Seven of Swords and the Three of Swords. So this is a lot of air right now, okay? And so you want to make sure that your mind is clear, but I do feel like it's going to flit some. So I see, please make sure, well then I saw that I heard, please make sure you look at your pros and cons. Because I heard some things are worth a second try, but trust does take a long time to build, you know? And I guess once you're involved with something too for a certain amount of time, you're going to feel dedicated to it, right? Responsible for it, but you also always want your independence. And so how to combine these things. Oh, awesome. Capricorn received this same card. It's entitled Transformation. It's the Princess of Fire. Look how awesome that is. This is your Scorpio card. Wow, 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 wow. Wow. Well, I guess if you've been repressing any energy, especially more root chakra, like lower chakra energy, no, let me change that sentence. Just a second. I want to change that word. I feel as if you will come to have a lot of passion kind of out of nowhere, but it's sort of intense, so make sure that you are not burning yourself. Do you know what I mean? Because the princess is the page, but this is all fire, so it's almost as if she just figured out how to do something. Like, oh my god, the Princess of Wands can become fire. Like, I can create fire, right? But because it's a page, there's still a lot of learning to be done, and although there is a lot of fire, it would probably go out quickly, right? It's like, ooh, fire, and then it's like, and it's like what you're learning, I guess, with Scorpio too, is something about, this could be your Mars as well, but it's something about being able to kind of, because you can't control fire, but you can contain it, right? So in that sense, there's that. And then I also see creatively, there could be something, again, you might have some awesome idea where you're like, and this could just be something, for a lot of you, I feel like this is something that's just for yourself. You know, it doesn't have to do with other people. It doesn't have to do with your job. It's just like, oh my God, I want to make this, or like, I'm going to do this. You know, and it's a creative expression, and it kind of comes out of nowhere. I also feel like a lot of you could, it could be very helpful for you to sweat at this time, like release hot. You know, like if you're in the summer still, or when you're watching this, if it's hot, like let it be hot. Don't turn on your AC. It's like just be in it. I also feel like that'll cleanse you somehow too, like your body, which will help your mind, excuse me, be in a better space, which also helps you to how do I explain this? Well, depending on the season where you live, and the change of season is going to dictate your amount of energy, right? For instance, I thought about this in ways of north and south. Although to me, it's just like, you know, the point is that, say you have you live in a place that has a harsh winter. So when it's summer, when it's hot, you do so much, right? Outside. And then when it's colder, you go inside and you do inside stuff. But if you lived in a place, for instance, that was sort of temperate and when it had a really hot summer, this would be when you kind of do more inside stuff. And then when it's cooler, you'd go outside and do that so that it's not overwhelming, right? Again, it's working with the heat of it. It's working with figuring out how, because the change of season dictates everything in ways of energy. Do you know what I mean? Excuse me. Ooh, nice. Maybe you fix something in your house. No, I'll take that back. You fix something in your house. You fix something with home. And it takes energy. It takes, oh, I saw that earlier. I forgot to mention. I feel like it would also be extremely helpful for you to do like a deep clean on your house. Especially because it's, to me, it's connecting with Scorpio. So this is like really getting in the crevices, right? It's every little nook. It's you, Aquarius, your technicality, but with Scorpio, which is helping cleanse something and fix something, especially the energy of your home also matters. Right? There's a reason why, for instance, where people live and they have a winter, they always have a spring cleaning because they're like, dear Lord, it's nice out. Like I can get outside. I'm gonna open up all the windows. It's a thing. So I feel like also autumn cleaning. Whenever you're here, this is the change of season, right? Happy solstice or whenever you arrive. But that would be nice. I feel like that would also help cleanse some things that you're going through. Like maybe some of you need a new mattress, especially if you've been intimate with someone on the mattress that you have and you're not intimate with them anymore. I feel like you need a new mattress. So you need new sheets, new pillows. Like if you've been having hard dreams, it's like maybe you need new pillows. I mean, not to be frivolous, but just realize that there's energy in everything. You know what I mean? And I see that some sort of deep cleaning, and I heard cleansing also could be very, excuse me, helpful. I have a tickle in my throat, sorry. Let's see what's going on with... Ooh, nice. Oh, I love this card. It's entitled Skill. This is in your Capricorn section. This is awesome. This is a Capricorn card. It's very, very suiting. Capricorn wants to know the truth. Capricorn will have an answer for you, rather. But what we just talked about with Scorpio needs to happen first. Like, you can't skip a step. You got to go in order. And then I heard, do you. And I heard, is there any place... Okay, this will be good for your soul. So, emotionally, is there any place where you have just like, I'm doing me? You know what I mean? Like, I don't care. Like, I do what I want. Basically, I do what I want. When is the time that you did that you still have some regret? I heard even though you were being honest, I don't think you really ever hide anything. I mean, sometimes you overshare with certain things. But the point is that, or like overdo it sometimes, right? Sometimes Aquarius overdoes it. But the point is when you're just doing you and you, it's like, you're also burning that off by cleaning this private, I heard this like private space. Yeah, Wheel of Fortune and the Star. And actually Capricorn had this preparation card too. It's like cleaning the house, you know what I mean? Like really, because when you clean so deeply, right? You get to know every little tiny nook of something. Well, I guess you appreciate it more, right? And then I heard again, thank you for what you have taught me. Thanks, God. You know, what you have allowed me to learn. The ability to learn, you know? It's such a cool process, learning. I love it. Don't you? All right, let's keep it moving. Oh, your card, by the way, I chose it. I went through the Zodiac this time, but you have this card entitled Creativity. This woman's actually taking the clay on the edge of the banks of a river and making pottery out of it. It's really awesome, actually. Using what you have, right? Using what you have to create what you want. You have that skill, okay? You have that, I heard creative enthusiasm, and I also feel as if you need a creative space in your house. I also feel like perhaps that could be part of where there needs a deep cleaning. Maybe you want to go, I heard room by room. It's interesting that this is a water card. It's supposed to be the Prince of Cups. It's a water card, but they're playing with earth. It's interesting. Very grounded emotional energy. But there is a longing here, right? To like feel something. To not just make one, like enough for one, but hold on, there's so much coming off of this card right now. You have such a hard time touching the water, don't you? Look. It's like they want, can you see that face? It's like they want to touch the water. They're sitting really close to it. I mean, maybe you don't think you need it, but all creativity has a flow, right? And flow, to me, always is associated with water, right? If there's a passion or like a drive, this would be fire, right? You have an idea, this is air, right? The physical object is the earth, but the actual creative process is very watery. It's necessary. So I see, please be happy with where you're at, and I heard your skill set. You actually have a great ability right now. Maybe for some of you, this could have to do with you trying something new. And I actually saw some of you like starting your own business or like starting something new or like a new level of something. But I need you to know that you have the skill set to do it. And I see the ambition. And if you are working towards a goal, I see you complete it. But there may be a delay in that due to the fact that you have to heal something. You have to suss through some sort of mental space and put that at peace so that you can go into this water. Let's see what Pisces has to say. Yes, justice. Go into the water so that you can come to that balancing place and feel into whatever it is that you need to touch into. And I actually saw Uranus retrograde again, right? Because to me, Uranus is the great reminder, you know, and when things are retrograde, to me, it just represents that the magic is stronger, right? The energy of it, this is my opinion, the energy of it is stronger. The lessons are more obvious. But again, I see you have a lot to do, so maybe make a little time. I mean, I guess creativity could also be a means of expressing yourself emotionally, but I heard, why won't you just go there anyway? Like, realize that emotionality is also a creative and intelligent and an intelligent expression of self. Amen. Success. 2 10s on the board. Wow. That's Aries. This is awesome. Whatever we just said there, rewind it. Listen to it again, please. If you want to. 20 years ago, 2002, 20 years ago, 10 years ago, I guess it's 8, 9, 10. 8, 9, 10. When you were 27, if you're not there yet, how do you visualize your life when you get there? I also feel like this is something, let's take the medium of it, right? We have 10, we have 8, 9, 10. The center is 9, right? The peak of it, the apex is 9. So, right, because 10 and 8 make 9. So, we just got way too Aquarian. Let me pull back a second. See, we're talking about emotions, and what happens? We get all heady. Just a second. My grandmothers, maybe I'll tell you a little personal story. My grandmothers, when we would go, and even when we were kids, when we would go to church, this is what they wore. This is my handkerchief, but this is how they protected, like covered their head when they would go to church. All cultures do it, actually, which is really beautiful, right? So I want you to have faith in your skills. I want you to have faith in your success. I want you to have faith in whatever you're creating, and whatever your goals are, you will complete them. But I heard you will never know the whole truth unless you touch the water. And I heard for some of you, if you're single, that's why. That's a part of it. I also understand that I feel as if a lot of you have very high expectations in yourself, in other people. Maybe this is also where you have trusted people, right? But they let you down. High Priestess. So maybe that's just something to think about when I heard you're painting or expressing yourself, however it is, creatively. Okay? And because your mental energy is so strong, please remember, I feel like Capricorn's reading will be very, very, very helpful, especially for your success and whatever these skills or this work that you're working, this space that you're really putting a lot of like oomph into. That's how you'll complete it. It will help you. And I also feel like now until the end of the year, or about 4 months from now, there's a lot of growth there. I see work being really wonderful, but there are some things you're working through. So, right, Venus, Mars, Jupiter. So make sure that you're also resting well. And again, I see your bed. I saw white sheets. Like, it should be kind of natural where you're sleeping. Calm it down, right? Soften it. And I heard clear it out. Beautiful. Choices will be easier that way. And remember, you are you are a fixed sign, but I need you to know that you are adaptable. And the more adaptable you are, especially with conflict, whether this is via opinion or within your own head, the more victory you will have. Absolutely. Remember, there is always a resolve for a problem or a challenge, right? Sure, things may take a little time before you get where things really start moving, but I heard don't worry about that. Keep your eye on the prize. King of Swords. I love you so much, Aquarius. Thank you for being in my life. Thank you for all the growing that you've been doing. Thank you for being so kind and open-minded. It's actually a true blessing, well, for many reasons, but I would say the last year and a half, Aquarius actually has been participating more in this channel. Cancer and Aquarius have always kind of like, we're hiding in the shadows a little, but now they're coming out, and it's a really wonderful energy. And so thank you for connecting here with me, and well, just know that I appreciate you very much. Always learn interesting things and have great conversations with you, so thank you. Well, take care of yourself. Love you so much.